Magandang araw po. Today I will be talking about CBA. Marami pong SIMA nagtatanong sa akin kung ano po ba ang CBA. Ito po ay Collective Bargaining Agreement. Ito po ay usually nakikita yung definition nito sa POA contract kung saan din makikita ang basic salary portion. Ano po ba ito? It is a contract or agreement between a labor union and the employer. The labor union is the representative of every member of the bargaining unit which determines the terms and conditions of the employment. Kasunduan po ito o kontrata na involve or kasama ang union. Ang vessel po ang nagiging member ng CBA at hindi po ang seaman. Kung hindi po member or wala pong CBA ang vessel na sasakyan ng seaman ay wala pong makikitang definition sa collective bargaining agreement portion sa POA contract ng seaman. Hindi po pwedeng individually na mag-a-apply sa seaman ng CBA para magkaroon ng better or mas magagandang conditions or provisions ang kontrata niya. Ang effectivity ng agreement na ito or yung CBA ay yung effectivity period lamang po ng employment contract. Halimbawa, ang kontrata ng seaman ay 10 months. Covered siya within a 10-month period kung ano man po ang mga naka-indicate na conditions under the CBA. After that, after he finishes the contract, hindi na po effective any conditions doon. So, ibang vessel naman, sasakyan niya, ibang kontrata, ibang CBA or sometimes wala. No? Kung ang sasakyan niyang barko, nakalagay none or no CBA, okay, kung any labor disputes or money claims, ang masusunod pong conditions ay ang POEA contract conditions. Okay, yun po ang mag-a-apply on any labor disputes or claims. Tingnan natin ang standard employment contract ng POEA. Minimum standard ang conditions na nakasaad dito. Pinakamababa po. Pag may gagawin pang ibang kontrata or agreement, ay hindi na po pwedeng mas mababa pa sa mga conditions or provisions nito. Kasi ito na nga po yung minimum, pinakamababa. So, dapat pag may ginawang ibang kasunduan or kontrata, mas matataas or better conditions ang lahat ng nakasaad. Ang sinasabi na CBA prevails over the POEA standard employment contract only when it comes to the measurement of benefits. Yan po ang nagiging usapin kung may mga nagsasampa ng claims or for example, kung may mga issue regarding salaries, unpaid wages, kung may illegal dismissal, kung in cases of disability and death benefits. Okay? Doon din makikita kung mas mataas ang sweldo or benefits na nakalagay sa CBA. Yun ang susundin po, no? Kung ano man na nakasaad sa CBA, hindi sa POA contract. Okay? Going to the other conditions ng CBA, all conditions of the CBA should be checked if mas maigi or mas mataas sa minimum requirements or minimum protection and benefits ng SIMA na naayon sa batas. Okay? Kasi kung mas mababa pa sa POEA standard employment contract, ay hindi naman po pwede or hindi pwede i-honor yon. Okay? Every contract must be in accordance with law. I will give you some examples of paying CBA on money claims. Let us refer to the Supreme Court's jurisprudence GR 191563. Dito sa jurisprudence na ito, nabayaran na si seaman sa voluntary arbitration level pa lang. So kung voluntary arbitration, naisampa siya sa NCMB sa ground floor ng DOLE. Okay, ang nabayaran sa seaman is 5,603,026 pesos. Okay, nabayaran na po, nakuha na po ni seaman yung pera at isinampa ulit ng employer sa higher court ng Court of Appeals at Supreme Court. Isa sa mga debate dito ay kung anong conditions ang i-apply sa money claims. Ang CBA ba or POEA contract? Ito po ang sinasabi sa jurisprudence na to. Pakinggan po natin maigi mga kapatid kasi ito po ang sinasabi ng batas tungkol sa issue ng CBA prevails over the POEA contract. Stated otherwise in the proceedings below, the contending parties both impliedly acquiesce to the applicability of the CBA provisions and not of the POEA-SEC over the claims of the petitioners. Most importantly, the special clauses on collective bargaining agreements must prevail over the standard terms and benefits formulated by the POEA in its standard employment contract. A contract of labor is so impressed with public interest that the more beneficial conditions must be endeavored in favor of the laborer. This is in consonance with the avowed policy of the state to give maximum aid and full protection to labor as enshrined in Article 13 of the 1987 Constitution. So malinaw po mga kapatid, narinig po natin every word dito sa jurisprudence na to, yung issue po kung ano po ang magpiprevail kung halimbawa may CBA po si seaman. Okay? Another jurisprudence po, dadagdag ko po, is yung GR number 172933. Ang sabi po sa jurisprudence na ito, every seaman and the vessel owner, which is directly represented by the local manning agency, are required to execute the POEA standard employment contract as a condition sine qua non prior to the deployment for overseas work. The POEA standard employment contract is supplemented by the CBA between the owner of the vessel and the covered seaman. So, ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito mga kapatid, yung seaman na may CBA po, no? Sabi dito, the POEA standard employment contract is supplemented by the CBA between the owner of the vessel and the covered seaman. Okay? Ibig sabihin, dalawa po yung contract kung may CBA po sa seaman. Isang POEA contract, ang dadali niya sa barko, at CBA po. Okay? Bakit dalawa? Kasi po, under sa standard and conditions po, no, terms and conditions ng POEA contract, section 2, commencement, duration of contract. The employment contract between the employer and the seafarer shall commence upon actual departure of the seafarer from the Philippine airport or seaport in the point of hire and with a POEA approved contract. So, it's a requirement na may POEA contract kapag aalis na ng Pilipinas. It shall be effective until the seafarer's date of arrival at the point of hire upon termination of his employment pursuant to Section 18 of this contract. Okay? So, it's a requirement para sa pag-alis sa Pilipinas. And then, yung CBA, once na naka-embark na po si seaman, conditions na po ng CBA niya ang masusunod. Kung may mga nagiging issues po between CBA and POEA contract, ang sabi po dito, any unresolved dispute, claim or grievance arising out of or in connection with this contract, including the annexes, shall be governed by the laws of the Republic of the Philippines, international conventions, treaties, and covenants where the Philippines is a signatory. Ang sabi dito sa jurisprudence 191563, may kwento ko lang po. Sumama po yung pakiramdam ng seaman sa barko. Almost finishing na po yung contract niya. So, he was still repatriated due to medical reasons. Na-diagnose po pagdating sa Pilipinas ng cancer. Okay? Pinagamot po siya ng employer until nung malapit na po mag 1 year, namatay po si seaman. So, ang argument kung anong matatanggap po niya, disability benefit po ba or death benefit. Okay? Yung ganyang argumento, I'll be explaining on another video. Let's just focus on the application of CBA po from the POEA contract. Pakinggan po natin maigi mga kaibigan, ano? Mga kapatid kong marino. Maganda pong argumento ito, itong jurisprudence na ito. After 1 year, namatay po si seaman. Ayaw pong bigyan ng death benefit. Okay? ni employer po, nakalagay po kasi dito under the POA contract, Section 20, Compensation and Benefits, that for the death of a seafarer to be compensable, the death must occur during the term of his contract of employment. Repatriated po si seaman, namatay na po siya after repatriation, after a year. So, death benefits po ang kiniklaim ng family niya, hindi po ibibigay ni employer. Okay? Pero po, under the conditions of the CBA, tignan po natin. Okay? Yun po, no? Yung sa POA, tandaan po natin, the death of a seafarer to be compensable, the death must occur during the term of his contract or employment. Dapat on board bago maging compensable or magkaroon ng death benefit. Sabi naman po dito ng CBA under IDF AMASUP IMAGE CBA conditions, ang explanation po dito ay articles 22, 25, 26.1, 26.2, 26.4, 29.1. Pero magsisimula po ako sa last part, which is 29.4. For the purpose of this clause, a seafarer shall be regarded as in the employment of the company for so long as the provisions of Articles 25 and 26 apply, and provided the death is directly attributable to sickness or injury that caused the seafarer's employment to be terminated in accordance with Article 22.1. Ibig sabihin, kahit nakababa na po si seaman, as long as yung Articles 25 and 26 ay nandun, no, still employed, under the employment. Kahit 1 year na po siyang pinagamot, namatay po siya dito sa Pilipinas, 1 year siya pinagamot, nakalagay dito under the CBA, still under the employment of the company. Kung nag-a-apply ang 25 and 26 na articles, ano po ba ang 25 and 26 articles? A seafarer repatriated to their port of engagement and fit as a result of sickness or injury shall be entitled to medical attention, including hospitalization at the company's expense. Article 26.1. When a seafarer is landed at any port because of sickness or injury, payment of their basic wages shall continue until they have been repatriated at the company's expense. 26.2. Thereafter, the seafarers shall be entitled to sick pay at the rate equivalent to their basic wage while they remain sick up to a minimum of 60 days and a maximum of 130 days. Okay, still under employment po sila. Okay? So, kung susundin natin ang POEA contract, not compensable in death. If susundin po natin yung CBA, yung condition po niya na 29.4, covered po si seaman. He is still considered under the employment kasi nag-apply po ng Articles 25 and 22. So, titignan niyo po, no? Medyo maselan po itong usapin ng CBA prevails over the POA contract. So, ang finality po ng desisyon ay nanalo po si seaman ng death benefit at ang amount na nag-apply is kung ano po yung amount na binigay ng CBA or nakadescribe po na as death claims dun sa CBA, which is $121,000. Okay? So, yan po yung mga argumento. The CBA prevails over the POA contract. So, kung wala pong CBA sa seaman, ang masusunod po na conditions ay yung kung ano po yung nandun sa POEA contract. For example, yung death benefit, maximum is $50,000 plus $7,000 po each child up to 21 years old, not exceeding 4 children. So, ito po yung sinasabi ko po kanina, yung CBA prevails over the POA Standard Employment Contract only when it comes to the measurement of the benefits. Okay? May mga issue rin po tungkol sa sahod. Kung ano po yung nakalagay sa CBA na salary ng seaman, yun po ang masusunod. Okay? Hindi po pwede kung on board ka na, ang mas mababa ang masusunod. Hindi po pwede. Nandun po sa article under the Labor Code yung non-diminution of benefits and wages, sorry. Pasensya na po, medyo naduduling na po ako sa dami ng papel na binabasa. Actually, jurisprudence na ginamit ko po sa video na to is almost 6 jurisprudence po para masatisfy yung sarili ko at ako mismo maliwanagan kung ano po ba itong CBA at kung ano pong batas ang umiiral over CBA and the POA contract. At pasensya na rin po, medyo natatagalan every video. Okay. After reading the jurisprudence po and ano po yung kung ano pong relasyon po niya sa labor code and the POA contract, you better read all the conditions of the CBA kasi baka yung CBA po, it will make your life better, it will make your conditions better on board. Or tignan niyo po itong jurisprudence na binasa ko hanggang sa Pilipinas. Okay? Even after the employment. Kasi according sa POA contract, ang definition, one of the definitions and termination of contract is yung repatriation. So once repatriated ka, totally terminated na yung agreement nyo ng employer at saka ni seaman. Okay? Pero sa CBA pala, may mga conditions na still employed, under the employment ka pa rin ng employer or ni principal kahit na nakauwi ka na ng Pilipinas, which means hindi pa terminated yung employment. So, napaka-importante po nito mga kapatid ko, mga marino, basahin po natin. Kung halimbawa po, bago sumampa, let's ask the manning agency, okay, kailangan may kopya ka ng POA contract. No? Kailangan din may kopya ka ng CBA. Kung ayaw magbigay ni manning agency, pumunta po sa POEA. Meron po silang kopya dapat yan. No? And then, kung ayaw ni POEA, pwede rin pong pumunta sa union mismo. Kasi may CBA ka, under yan ng union. Of course, may kontrata yan. One of the signatories of the CBA or the agreement, yung union, the labor union. So, hindi po pwedeng i-deny ng tatlong yan na wala po silang kopya. Kung wala pong magbibigay ng kopya niyan, ay pwede pong dumulog sa lumapit sa SENA, humingi ng assistance to get a copy of the CBA. Okay. Sa Intramuros po yun, sa DOLE or sa NCMD sa ground floor ng DOLE. Sa totoo lang po, hindi ko po alam kung bakit hinihigpitan nila mag-release ng mga CBA copies. So, dapat po yan available sa lahat ng seaman. Available on board para nababasa every now and then. Hindi ko po alam bakit tinatago, lalo sa mga cases po na pag nag-file na po ng claims, wala pong hawak si seaman. Paano po kung naliwala sa seaman na yung benefit lang niya ay ganito? Under the POA contract, for example lang, sa disability, ang maximum daw is $60,000. Covered po pala siya ng CBA. Halimbawa po, sa degree of disability, no? Babasahin ko po sa inyo itong CBA ng AMOSU, pero dated 2012 pa. Halimbawa lang po, bibigyan ko lang po kayo ng illustration in cases of disability. Kaya sabi ko, importante po, paano ko inaloka ni insurance $60,000 for total and permanent disability compensation, o okay ka na lang po ba? Dapat, kung meron kang CBA, for example, halimbawa lang, under AMOSU po, yung CBA nila. Nakalagay po dito, kung kapitan po kayo, okay, sa POA contract, maximum nyo, even captain, is $60,000. Eh, nandito po, according sa CBA, is $159,914. kung 100% yung total and permanent disability. Senior officers, $159,914 compared sa $60,000. Pero malinaw po sa conditions, halimbawa katulad po nitong nabasa ko, malinaw na covered po siya ng CBA conditions. Okay, alamin po natin, napaka-importante po, lalo sa money claims. Okay? Yung under po, ng other conditions sa CBA, di-discuss ko po sa other video. Magiging masyadong mahaba po na naman itong video na to. Like nung video ko po sa precautionary measures. Okay. More thing pa po, no, mga kapatid. Dito rin po sa issue ng CBA prevails over the POA contract. Makikita rin po dito ang explanation kung sino yung may jurisdiction, okay, to any labor dispute or money claims. Halimbawa po, kung walang CBA, ang may jurisdiction or dapat i-file ang complaint or claim sa National Labor Relations Commission or NLRC. At kung may CBA naman, ang may jurisdiction sa mga problema or kaso ng mga seaman ay ang National Conciliation Mediation Board or NCMB na ngayon ay RCMB na. Yung nga po, nasa ground floor po siya ng DOLE. Okay? Diniscuss po ito sa POEA Standard Employment Contract under Section 29 na ang title, Dispute Settlement Procedures. Section 29 reads, Dispute Settlement Procedures. In cases of claims and disputes arising from disemployment, the parties covered by a collective bargaining agreement shall submit the claim or dispute to the original and exclusive jurisdiction of the voluntary arbitrator or panel of voluntary arbitrators. Ito, kapag NLRC, compulsory arbitration or si labor arbiter. Kapag ka sa NCMB, pag may CBA si seaman, voluntary arbitration or si voluntary arbitrator. Okay, tuloy po natin. If the parties are not covered by a collective bargaining agreement, the parties may, at their option, submit the claim or dispute to either the original and exclusive jurisdiction of the National Labor Relations Commission or NLRC, pursuant to Republic Act or RA 8042, otherwise known as the Migrant Workers and Overseas Filipinos Act of 1995, as amended, or to the original and exclusive jurisdiction of the voluntary arbitrator or panel of arbitrators. If there is no provision as to the voluntary arbitrators to be appointed by the parties, the same shall be appointed from the accredited voluntary arbitrators of the National Conciliation and Mediation Board of the Department of Labor and Employment. The Philippine Overseas Employment Administration shall exercise original and exclusive jurisdiction to hear and decide disciplinary action on cases which are administrative in character, involving or arising out of violations of recruitment laws, rules and regulations involving employers, principals, contracting partners, and Filipino seafarers. So, isang issue rin po na nag-a-arise tungkol sa pag may CBA or wala, ay kung saan po ipa-file ang any complaints. Kung walang CBA, any complaints or labor disputes or money claims, ipa-file po siya sa NLRC. Pag may CBA po si seaman, ang filing ay sa NCMB or sa DOLE. Kasi kung may CBA at final mo yan sa NLRC, magsasayang ka lang ng oras, madidismiss po yan at ililipat din po sa NCMB. Imagine niyo po yung oras, no? Kaya sasabihin ni seaman, bakit ang tagal po ng kaso ko? Maaaring nagkaroon po ng ganitong issue kung sinong may jurisdiction. So, importante, may CBA, may hawak pong CBA copy, malaman din po kung, kasi may mga seaman po na medyo malabo po yung definition, no, ng CBA na nakalagay sa POEA contract. Merong not applicable, may none, merong yes lang ang nakalagay. Meron pa po isang description. Medyo matagal na pong message, hindi ko na po ma-recall kung anong klase yung definition niya ng... Dali po, i-check ko po sa messages ko. Nabura ko na po pala. Next video na lang po. Sorry. Ito po yung maaaring mga maging sagot sa mga usapin kung NLRC or RCMB ba ang may jurisdiction sa isang kaso or wala. Number 1, Section 3, Article 13 on Social Justice and Human Rights of the Constitution declares, the state shall promote the principle of shared responsibility between workers and employers and the preferential use of voluntary modes in settling disputes, including conciliation, and shall enforce their mutual compliance therewith to foster industrial peace. Number 2, Article 260 of the Labor Code, grievance machinery and voluntary arbitration states, the parties to a collective bargaining agreement shall include therein provisions that will ensure the mutual observance of its terms and conditions. They shall establish a machinery for the adjustment and resolution of grievances arising from the interpretation or implementation and those arising from the interpretation of enforcement of company personnel policies. And number 3, Article 261 of the Labor Code, jurisdiction of VA or panel of VA, on the other hand, reads in part, the VA or voluntary arbitrator or panel of voluntary arbitrators shall have original jurisdiction to hear and decide all unresolved grievances arising from the interpretation or implementation of the CBA, and those arising from the interpretation or enforcement of company personnel policies. Lastly, Article 262 of the Labor Code, jurisdiction over other labor disputes, declares the voluntary arbitrator or panel of voluntary arbitration, upon agreement of the parties, shall also hear and decide on all other labor disputes, including unfair labor practices and bargaining deadlocks. Ibig sabihin po ng bargaining deadlocks, for example, sa SENA pa lang po yung first stage, no? Pag-file ng disability or death, ay ibigay ni employer. Sa SENA po kasi magkakaroon ng 2 to 3 or 4 conferences or meeting. Okay, makikipag-bargain, makikipag-usap, will try their best to settle po, no, amicably. And then, kung wala po nagpagkasunduan, okay, ipapalit po sa voluntary or sa arbitration. Okay, pag di, ang tawag po doon, kung di po nagkasundo sa SENA ay deadlock po. Okay, yung SENA is single entry approach. Doon po nag-uusap. Okay, at remind ko lang po, at least malaman po ito ni Seaman kung ayaw man po gawin ng nakuha niyong lawyer. At meron po akong na-receive na inquiry, union mismo, union lawyer, final agad sa SENA po. Kung ano po yung kiniklaim po niya. For example nga po, yung sa kanya, disability benefit. Bakit po i-file ni union lawyer sa SENA directly? May grievance procedure po yan. Kailangan muna dumaan sa grievance procedure sa union. Kung hindi po magkasundo, saka sa SENA, kung na-deadlock sa SENA, papanik po sa arbitration. Kasi kung inuna mo yung SENA, hindi yung grievance procedure ng union, madidismiss po yan. Baka mamaya yung dismissal, wala na po siyang remedy. So, dapat aware si Seaman. Kung may CBA, kung merong any labor disputes or money claims, pagka lumapit ka sa union nyo at dinala ka sa SENA, attorney, wait lang po. Diba dapat grievance procedure po muna tayo? Huwag ka pumayag kasi ang tamang proseso, grievance procedure, SENA, and then arbitration. kung kaso na, no? Arbitration. Conclusion po natin mga kapatid. If may CBA ang seaman, dalawang hawak, ulitin ko po, dalawang hawak niyang kontrata kasi ang period contract ay requirement as one of the travel documents bago umalis ang seaman sa Pilipinas. Okay? So, malinaw po naging illustration. If walang CBA sa seaman, walang nakalagay sa kontrata niya, any money claims po or any labor disputes, ang masusunod na conditions ay ang POA contract. Okay? Kung meron man pong mag-arise na any usapin na naman, laging yung better at higher conditions ang masusunod, lalo sa cases ng salary at money claims. Okay? Thank you once again sa time na nilaan niyo po sa pakikinig at panonood sa video na ito, at sana po ay may napulot po kayong information na makakatulong po. Mga kapatid, nalimutan ko pong isama po yung mga jurisprudence na ginamit ko po dito sa video na to. Pwede nyo pong ma-download at mabasa po. Ito po ang mga jurisprudence ng Supreme Court. GR number 203727, GR number 197309, GR number 172933, GR number 183054, at GR number 147080. Yung kanina pong binasa ko ay GR number 191563. Dito sa GR number 191563, mababasa nyo rin po dito na if ever matalo po si seaman sa whole proceedings po, whole procedure ng until sa higher court, dito po pwedeng bawiin yung napanalunan kapag natalo po si seaman. Okay, pero dito po sa kaso na to, under the Supreme Court, na nanalo naman po si seaman, kaya lang po yung in the middle of the proceedings po, or itong procedure na to, bago na ipanig sa Supreme Court, ay binabawi po ng respondent or ng employer yung nakuha ng 5 million mahigit. Let me check again the exact amount. Napanalunan po nila sa voluntary arbitration ay 5,603,026 pesos. So, yun po yung binabawi na employer na ibalik sa kanila. Buti na lang, nanalo po sa Supreme Court si seaman. Hindi na po nila pwedeng bawiin yun. Okay, thank you very much once again, and God bless you.